I'm here with Tom Stoll, the Executive Director of the Ozaukee Washington Land Trust in beautiful Cedar Gorge. So tell us a little bit about this place and why it's special.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming out here and joining us, Representative Andraka. This is a wonderful opportunity for our community to still conserve places. I think when so many of us go to nature preserves and parks, we're left with this feeling of, I'm so glad somebody thought to set this special area aside. But what people fail to realize is we're still making those special places happen. Those are still being created. Places like Lion's Den Gorge, Mequon Nature Preserve, Donges Bay Gorge, all of these wonderful nature preserves in our community have only come into being in the last 20 years as places that you can come and recreate with your families. Cedar Gorge Clay Bluffs is an opportunity that we have as a community to have that foresight, to do that good thing by future generations and forever conserve this nature preserve. It's 131 acres of pristine natural area. We have over 3/4 of a mile of Lake Michigan shoreline, all within 25 minutes of downtown Milwaukee. We know that places along Lake Michigan in Ozaukee County are huge draws for residents, but also for visitors. Nearby Lion's Den Gorge is one of our area's most popular nature preserves, and we normally see about 300,000 visitors coming to Lion's Den Gorge. This will only add to the area's draw as a wonderful destination for outdoor recreation.
Well, anyone who's been to Lion's Den on a nice day knows there's hardly any parking. I mean,
Exactly.
it is being loved to death at this point. And this would just be an amazing addition to that, to have the opportunity to look at Lake Michigan, to see the bluffs, and to have a place to go and to walk around on a nice day. I think we saw a lot of that during the pandemic. People flock to places like this. And what I hear from constituents is there's not that many parcels left in this area.
Absolutely true. This is one of the last largest undeveloped areas available for conservation in southeast Wisconsin. And so we call it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create this nature preserve, and that's really the truth. This is an area that is almost double the size of Lion's Den Gorge. Lion's Den Gorge is roughly 70 acres. This is almost 130 acres. And as you said, Lion's Den Gorge is almost at risk of being loved too much. And so having this area to expand our conservation area really creates sort of a release valve for not just visitors who want to have more solitude, more area to roam about, not bump into everyone like they're in the hustle and bustle of downtown. They come to these places for that restorative retreat to nature, and we want to give them that experience. But it's also important for habitat. So many wildlife species depend on this area along Lake Michigan, and so if we're overcrowding them with our visitors, we need to give them an area to sort of roam and have a home too. Of course, behind us is Lake Michigan, and so this becomes a really critical stop along the Lake Michigan Flyway for migrating birds who are making their journey south and north, depending on the spring and fall. So eventually this area will be open to the public, but also lovingly restored with certain habitat areas that will be more conducive to the native and migrating birds along Lake Michigan.
And what makes the gorge so special, like this parcel, as opposed to just any old lot up and down, our coastline?
What's really special about the Cedar Gorge is it is a unique microclimate along the lake, so you see some interesting plant species growing there, the beautiful tall cedars that line the gorge. But the Cedar Gorge, much like at Lion's Den Gorge, offers us a really important natural piece of infrastructure, which is that we can build a staircase down the Cedar Gorge and take that all the way down to the beach. So when future visitors come out here, and we've had a chance to actually install the staircase like folks have seen at Lion's Den Gorge, they'll be able to get down to the lake. So it's not only giving us the name of the nature preserve, Cedar Gorge Clay Bluffs, but it also has a very functional descent down to the lake that we can improve upon with a staircase and get folks down there safely and enjoy those beautiful Lake Michigan days.
Well, this place is absolutely gorgeous, and it's just, we really need to save what's left of our coastline. I know I feel so lucky that where I live in Whitefish Bay, I can walk over to the lake in a 10-15 minute walk. Not everybody can, and so we want to make sure that those who can drive here and those who have an opportunity to see this shoreline as it is right now, that our kids can do that too.
Well, thank you so much. We couldn't agree more, and we've been so grateful for your leadership on making sure that we have the resources to make Cedar Gorge Clay Bluffs a reality. I know you've been part of a bipartisan coalition of area lawmakers and lawmakers from around the state who are trying to help us fund this project. Of course, we've been working hard to get the Knowles Nelson Stewardship Grant released from the Joint Command Finance, and that hasn't happened. But we can't wait around for action from that committee. We are putting our heads down. We are committing locally to raising those funds, and it's because of the generosity of our community and of many of your constituents that we are confident that will happen this year.
We hear an awful lot about partisanship in Madison, and yes, there is, but when you look around here, I mean, everybody is equal when you come to a beautiful place like this, and it has not been a partisan issue. We have Republicans, Democrats, independents who absolutely love the potential of this special place, and so I hope that we can make this a reality, and so do an awful lot of my constituents.
Awesome. We'll make it happen. Thank you so much.